Hi guys, so this is Black Rose, and guys, in today's video I have been, just like the title states, what next for Bitcoin, because guys, our last video we had our analysis and clearly I haven't really wrapped it, or maybe done away with it. So this is like a day time frame. I was trying to analyze what might happen in the market within 1 day time frame. So let me just go to 1 hour, which we had analyzed our charts before. So this was our chart, and clearly we had our analysis. We were hoping that this would happen, like we took a buy at this level, and we're hoping that the market will go up to this level before coming down, or maybe breaking out, going upward, but we got stopped. If you are moving with your stop loss, the way I've always told you, if you took your buy earlier on, then you got stopped but in profits, because you can see this candlestick over here. This was a strong move, clearly this was showing that this was a move that was not only created by retail traders, but it was created by some of the big financial institutions, and this kept on happening. It came down, and you can see there was a bit of some consolidation within this level over here. Let me just highlight with this, like within this level over here there was a bit of some consolidation within that area. Just delete that, and then the market kept on dropping. And one of the most interesting things about this market was, if you're keen enough, if you're careful enough, you will notice that there was some of the liquidity that was left previously on this level over here, and you can see like the market was strongly pushed, and you can see these candlesticks. I always say that at times before you enter the market, or whenever you are trading and you see some volatility in the market, or maybe some kind of a push, you can see the strength of the market, whether it's a buy or a sell, based on how the candlestick looks like. Guys, this is 1 hour time frame, and you can see like within 1 hour, in 1 hour time frame, basically, sorry, need to delay this. I'll just omit that. Okay, so this is 1 hour candle, this is 1 hour time frame. So basically what this means is that this market was started like this candlestick, the opening and the closing shows the activity that happened within that specific period, which is 1 hour, that is. So clearly for me, I felt like this was a strong sell. So for me, what came in my mind, what came to mind when I saw this, was that it was going down to pick its liquidity which was left before. And if you want to see that, let me just show you in 1 day time frame, which I was using, or even 4 hours time frame, so that you can have a clear view of what I was talking about. So just a second. Oh, why is this keep on? Let me just go back to this. Okay, so guys, just zoom this in. So if you've been keen in this market, you can see like initially there was a strong buy from this level going upwards to this level over here, before like retail traders came in and they started buying, and still you can see like there were some strong moves that were clearly created by some big financial institutions. And this is what happened over here. You can see like this, what was happening over here is what was happening over here. Just have to draw this, like this level over here, the same was happening over here. There was like a strong sell. Remember, when people buy, when these big financial institutions take their buys, or maybe a strong move, or of course it's a strong move in the market, they always leave some liquidity behind. What happens is that once that happens, maybe when the market has gone towards the direction, they might decide to sell again, to come back to this point where they'll take some of the liquidity that has been left, and then they'll proceed with the movements. So so clearly for me, that is what came to mind when I saw this. That is what came to mind when I saw this. So I quickly had a drawing of what I should expect in the market. And the best thing about this is that you can easily start detecting, or maybe have a clear drawing or some of the predictions of what you should expect in the market as of now. So for me, I think that right now there is a falling flag that is being created over here. So this is a clear indication. This pattern that is being created, that is being shown over here, shows that maybe there will be a breakout going up, or maybe there will be a strong buy going up because of this kind of the candlestick pattern that is being formed. Right now you cannot see it clearly because you're using like 4 hours time frame. I just wanted to show you what the market looked like before, because I was trying to analyze my charts based on what was happening in the market. So so let me just give you an overview. So guys, Bitcoin was strongly selling up until this point over here. I keep on repeating this because I know that every single day we tend to get like new viewers coming in. So I'll just always, like, whenever I'll be analyzing my charts based on my knowledge, I'll be giving you a recap of what is happening. So my rule number one is always, whenever you take a position in the market and the market is going towards your direction, move with your stop loss. It doesn't matter where you've placed your take profits or anything, because clearly for us, we placed our take profit over here. We thought that this was going to bounce back to this level over here, and guys, you could see, like, if you look at this candlestick, the wick, it reached this level over here and then decided to sell. So if we took our buys around this level over here and we were moving with our stop loss. So once you take your buy, when you take your buy before the market decides to go towards your direction, your stop loss will be below your buys. And once the market starts moving towards your direction, you remove your stop loss from below and you start moving with it above. So you move with your stop loss, it will be above your buys. So just in case something of this happens, something of the sort happens, it will hit your stop loss, but it will hit it still in profits. So that is one thing that I came to learn, because let's say we had our take profit and stop loss the way most people always do it. We would have like our stop loss, let's say this would have been our take profits, and maybe these, we entered the market at this level, so let's say at this level. So initially we had our take profits. We had assumed that maybe we will take our profits at this level where there is a support zone, because we were expecting some movement going there, but that did not happen. Remember, our stop loss was initially down here, but we started to move with our stop loss when we took our buy position, when the market started going towards our direction. So guys, you can if you're keen enough, you can note that the market, this is what I'm talking about, you know, there is a wick. Yeah, this is the wick. Once the market reached this level, it decided to sell strongly. So remember, we entered the market at this level over here, and this is our check. This was our stop loss. This one was our stop loss, and this was our check profit. See? So this was our check profit, this was our stop loss. But then the market did not play the way we had it. We had estimated, we had like 2 predictions. If you watch the previous video which I had uploaded like within this week, we talked about the first estimation was it was going to sell, because we took a sell position. It took like 2 days before reaching this level over here, and then there was like a buy, because we thought that it was going to, we're going to trade support and resistance for quite some time before it broke out, but it did not work out that way. So this is what happened. The market went up, came down, it started going up, so we took another buy position because I was trading on a 1 hour time frame. So at this level over here, the market decided to sell. So for me, having taken my position over here and the market decided to go towards my direction for quite some time, I decided to move with my stop loss above. So when this happened, I don't want to lie that I was like paying so much attention on what was happening on the charts. No, I wasn't. So when this happened, I got stopped. But I got stopped in with profits. In as much as it wasn't so much, I got stopped. So what I always do, this doesn't mean that I don't put my take profits. I always have my take profits at the levels that I want them to be, but I'll always move with my stop loss. The reason being, the market is not always as direct as most people expect it to be. Anything can happen anytime. Any news can come in and will affect the market, or maybe just financial institutions might decide to just play with the market. And so yeah, that's the reason why I always move my stop loss. I don't just leave my stop loss intact in one place. So yeah, so that is what happened. I'll have to delete this. That is just a recap of what was happening that we had predicted. And guys, remember, we got stopped. So that is something that you should get used to as a trader. The market will not always go towards your direction the way you have it all planned or anything of the sort. So like this time, the market did stop us because we had a plan that it was going to come to this level before actually going down, but then it did not work as we planned. So we got stopped. So this is what happened. After we got stopped, the market decided to sell aggressively, decided to sell for quite some time. And guys, at this level over here, most people are confused at this level because they thought that the market was now buying, but it did not buy. So this is what has happened today. This is just what happened from morning to evening. You can tell that Bitcoin has been selling. So what I have in mind is that it came down to pick the liquidity that was left within this zone over here, and you can see this. So this is 1 day time frame. That's why you cannot see some sort of patterns which I was talking about initially. So this is just my estimation of what might happen in the market. If at all my predictions are right, I have like 2 predictions. For me, I have 2 predictions. I always try to have like 2 assumptions, just in case the market does not play out as I planned it to be. I'll know like where to which step to take or something. Sorry. So I know you are asking, what is this line over here? So this is volatility stop. Whenever you see this always shows that there is an upward trend. So if you are in a downward trend, this shows like a downward trend has come to an end and now we are on an upward trend. And I gave you like a clear indication of what you can do to understand or maybe to know what happens or how to detect that. So I think this was somewhere here if I'm not wrong. So yeah, so to know, once you know, like whenever you're trading and maybe the market was on a downward trend, you see it hitting the same base level. This was now this level over here was our base level, and you can see that it was not only hit once but thrice. This one being the first one over here, this one being the second, and this one being the third before breaking out, going upwards. So guys, this clearly showed that this was our resistance, this was our support, and until it broke out, going upward, right? So so right now, this was our first take, like when it comes to liquidity. And guys, you can tell like this place has been hit like now twice. What I always tell people is that the market will not clearly show you that it was like this one was coming down. We had two places in mind, this one being level 1, this one being level 1, this one level 2, this one level 3. And guys, I know that my chart has like a lot of support and resistance drawn in it. These are some of the resistance that I was drawing as the market goes by. I always try not to delete because they kind of help me just in case something like what happened over here when the market broke out going downwards. It's easier for me to remember that there was some liquidity left behind, and the market may come back to pick the liquidity before going back up. Okay, so you can see like the market came down to 21,075.79, and when you see the market, it's not necessarily that this is going to drop to this level just because these ones drop to this level. No, it's still like within the same zone, in as much as it's not like at the exact point. So what I did, I decided to, I'll have to delete this. I actually decided that what was going to happen was we were going to have an overview. We're going to have an overview of what might happen next. So this was just something that I was drawing before I decided to go live. Remember, our first prediction was that gold would come back to this level over here around level 26,000, or even better, it would have gone up to level 32, if I'm not wrong, 31 or 32, around this zone over here. So these are some of my best marked zones. Best marked zones that I have my eyes on. So level 26 being the first one, this one being that this was a strong, like this was a huge candlestick. And remember, this is a movement that took place within one day. Remember, when this candlestick is formed, remember there are buyers in the market, there are sellers. You can imagine the pressure that, like how many sellers are in the market to make this kind of candlestick to drop massively. So for me, this was a really big deal for me. So that's why I marked like my first phase to be around this zone over here before anything. So whenever the market will reach to this zone over here, there will be some consolidation, or the market might act up, either going up or maybe going down. Something just can happen anytime. So I have that in mind. So for me, this is my zone right now. This is what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that Bitcoin, being that it has come to this zone over here, we'll see some consolidation up until this level where this started happening, and then it will drop again before maybe breaking out to this level 26. Guys, remember, this is a market. It's not necessarily that it's going to play out as I have drawn it, but it might be stronger than this. Remember, you can see like we're used to market being moving down in this kind of format, but this was strange. You can see what really happened. Like the market just went down. It was a strong sell. So this might happen, and we have to have that in mind too. So for me, this is what I see right now. Just in case this doesn't work out and decide to break out, we will be once again will be on a downward trend. And we don't know this time round where Bitcoin might stop. But for me right now, I'm hoping that Bitcoin is not going to drop anymore. Hopefully it's not going to drop anymore, because we have been selling for quite some time. So, and August is one of the months where we always see most of the currencies on an upward trend. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to see more than that. We'll be able to see like quite some sell. I'm hoping that you'll be able to see quite some sales, something of sort. I had to check this because yeah. So guys, we are in Bitcoin, BTC, USDT. So we must have that in mind to like what to expect. So this is 1 day time frame. So for me, I'm hoping that this is what is going to play out. Once the market has reached this level, I'm hoping that it will start moving up just a while, up until around this zone over here, before it start consolidating again, and then it might break out going up. So that is one of my first assumption of what might happen in the market. Just in case that doesn't happen, if it keeps on dropping, then it might drop to this level over here. So I'll just extend this. It might drop to this level over here. When this happens, there are chances of it breaking down or even going down further to maybe these zones over here. Just want to see Bitcoin started a bit earlier. Yeah, so guys, there have been quite some volatility, some movement in the market, and you can see. So initially we had people predicting that BTC USDT might drop to like 10,000, these zones over here. So we don't know if that is going to happen. Just in case that one, just in case it breaks out, I'll be like, rest assured that we are still on a downward trend, and we'll have to let go of this movement that we have in our mind, like of it being like on an upward trend, and we'll have to focus on it dropping maybe further, just in case it doesn't stop and goes up as we had planned, just in case it misses out on some resistance at this point, and when it comes to this point it decides to break out going downward, then I'll know that we're still on a downward trend. But just in case that doesn't happen, we'll be on a strong buy. So yeah, you can have your positions. If you're trading futures on BTC USDT on Binance or any other trading platform, then I would suggest that is those who are trading futures, just in case this plays out as we are planning or hoping that it will play out, then I will take like buys. For me, I will suggest that BTC is going to move up to maybe 26. That is like my zone basically. I'm hoping that it will move to 26, if I'm not wrong, that is. So I'll have that in mind. There will be some movement, some ranging, some upward or maybe downward movement if that is going to happen. So I have, those are just my two assumptions. One, stopping at this level over here, going up, down, and then proceeding on its way up. Just in case that doesn't work out and decides to break out at this zone, then it might come to this level and bounce back, or it might come to this level and break out moving downwards. And if it breaks out moving downwards, then that will have like a clear view of Bitcoin selling for quite some time before having like to move up again. So but for me, I'm hoping that Bitcoin will not drop down to that level, but we'll have to just keep moving up to level 69,000 to 69,000 or even more than that, hopefully, because you know these are an investment to some people. So yeah, so I'm hoping for some buys for now. I'm hoping for some of the buys, some of the buys. I'm trying to find the patterns. Let me see, I don't know if I have the patterns. Will you be the one? I'm sorry. So guys, I have like different patterns that kind of guide me on what to do. At times I'm trying to find like a certain pattern that I'm looking for, so that you can have like, yeah. So we have these kinds of patterns, you can always have them. This is a ascending channel, this is a descending channel. It might happen like this and drop, it might go like this and move up, and this one asymmetric, moving up, this one going down, blah blah blah. These are cups, your cup and handle. There is a pattern that I'm looking for. So guys, you can always have these patterns in mind so that they can help you know when to buy or when not to buy. So this kind of a pattern, for me, it's always tricky for me to trade that one because I'm not a pro. You can see like it's same, it can move upwards, it can move downwards, so I'm always hesitant whenever it comes to this type of a pattern. And this one, I always know these are falling, like a falling flag, something of sort. So whenever I see this, I always hope that it's going to buy before selling, something of sort. And you can see this ascending flag, so you can always opt for it to keep on dropping and dropping. These are some of the patterns. You can always have these just in case you're still not familiar with the candlestick patterns or the movement of the patterns in the market or maybe in the charts. You can always have these to guide you so that you know what to do. So basically this is 1 day time frame, so I'm just gonna go back to like 1 hour so that you can have like an overview of what is happening. So right now for me in 1 hour candlestick, guys, you can see like this is some sort of okay, this is just a line that I drew initially, so that might happen, might be this kind of a shape, or even better can always have these, but I think this one, the triangle one, forms better than the falling flag or something. So you can have like that one in mind. This is just roughly what I have in mind of what is happening in the market, because for me I started seeing these before even seeing the triangle. So just in case, right now I feel like the triangle is a bit perfect than this one. So we have these, guys, remember this pattern. I'm just gonna show you one last time. So it's like this, there is this one over here and there is this one over here. So you can expect a bearish movement or a bullish movement from those patterns. And just in case, if you can draw like a perfect flag, something of sort, then you know, like a falling flag or something of sort, then you know clearly that we are going to have either, if it's a falling flag, then we should be expecting maybe some movement going up. If it is a rising flag, then maybe some drop going down, something of the sort. So yeah, let me just look at it within 45 minutes so that you can have a clear view. So there's a symmetric, so anything can happen in these markets over here. It might go up, it might come down, anything can happen over here. So have that in mind. Have like two yeah, trying to have like a clear view of what might happen. So this is what is happening in the market right now. But if you look at it perfectly, if you draw like a line, there is some range in the market that is in 30 minutes time frame. So you'll see that Bitcoin USDT is ranging within this level and this level over here. I just don't want to draw that, like you can draw it at the base and at the top. So it's ranging up there, and hopefully it may go up or it might go down any time, any soon. Like we don't have like a clear notion of what is happening in the market right now. So you can just have the patterns and have your estimations right, so that you don't end up missing out on making profits. So rule number one, my always or my all-time rule is to move with your stop loss. It doesn't matter what the market where your take profit is, always try and move with your stop loss, so that whenever you get stopped, you will still get stopped in profits, and you can always find a way to maybe do what the market is doing basically. So if you got stopped like last, was it yesterday I think, if I'm not wrong, let me just go back to 1 hour time frame, so that yeah, if you got stopped around this level over here, then clearly I hope that you took like a sell. After seeing like this strong move over here, I hope that you took a sell position, and I hope that you're still in profits. I'm sorry, yesterday I was so busy I couldn't make a recap or what was our analysis for BTC USDT. I had to check it out today, because for me it got stopped, but I got stopped in profits. So hopefully today, I know it's a bit late for some of the people, but I hope that they were able to find the market and to follow what the market was doing at the moment. So hopefully I know that you are in profits. And yeah, so guys, I do not give out signals in this channel. What I do is just my predictions or my analysis, market analysis of what might happen in the market. So it's not really a signal. What I give is just my view of the market. If you have like a different view, you can always feel free to chat or maybe talk about what is happening in the market. And yeah, you can always just find a way to play around with the chart, so that you can understand it in your own way. So this is not a signal, this is just for educational purposes. This is just my predictions of what might happen in the market. And guys, one thing about me is my predictions, you know, like for 1 or for like 30 minutes time frame, or even 1 hour, my predictions might take like a few days or maybe a day for it to work out as I predicted. So that is something that is with my analysis. If you were here on a Saturday, we took like a sell position hoping that it will hit this level over here, and it took like on a Saturday, on a Sunday it was still selling up until this day, like up until like on a Tuesday, if I'm not wrong. It's when it started buying, going up, and we were hoping that it will come back to this level over here, but it did not come back to that level. And the best thing, if you always follow my rules of like moving with your stop loss, I know that if you got stopped, you got stopped in profits. It doesn't matter whether you take profits, you've placed your take profit or anything, always find a way to move with your stop loss. So just in case the market doesn't play out as you had predicted, it will stop you but with profits. Okay, so yeah, I know most people always say like have your stop loss so that you can close in losses, like small losses, instead of losing like a lot of money. But for me, I always say like yes, you can do that, but you need to be smarter in the market. Just in case your stop loss will always be below your buys or above your sells. And just in case the market does not play out as you had predicted, it's well and good, it can hit your stop loss if you're not paying attention, and you will go home with a small loss instead of blowing up your account. But if you have an opportunity to move with your stop loss, just in case you see the market moving towards your direction, you can always start moving with your stop loss, so that just in case anything happens, and the market decides to go against you, you will still close in profits. And the reason why I decide to always move with my stop loss, against the market, you might have like your take profits around these zones over here, but the market decides to buy up until 26. It will be so easier for you to push your take profits to a higher level and keep on moving with your stop loss. So just in case the market goes above your take profit where you placed your take profits initially, you'll still like be in profits or even higher profits. So that is what my prediction is. Let's see how this is going to play out. Hopefully, I hope that this is going to, will be having a buy going upwards. So that is what I am like predicting. And guys, you can see like this is just my drawing. In one day time frame, you can see like a clear drawing, but within like 1 hour, you see like this is going to take a bit of some time before actually playing out as we have predicted. So you can always have this in mind and be patient with the market. You can know where to buy, where to sell, things of the sort. Remember, the market is not always perfect. It's not like it's going to just move up the way I've drawn it over here. It might play out, might take time, might take a little bit of some time before actually going towards our direction. But if you're patient enough, if you know how to move with a stop loss, how to manage your finances, or maybe your finances literally, then I'm hoping that you'll be able to make more in this market. So guys, and another thing I always told you is that you can always check this pattern. I don't know how I did not check this pattern, because this was a good zigzag, somehow looked like an M, so this was going to be a sell for quite some time. So hopefully this is going to be a W, so that you can have some strong buys going up and make some profits on forex and also on our Binance apps or in futures, that is. So so let's see how this is going to play out. And hopefully this is going to be a strong buy. So guys, this is my analysis for today. This is what I have. This is my view for the market. So hopefully you learned something. Up until next time, guys, bye, and I hope that you enjoyed the live stream. You can let me know what you think about our live streams, and which currency I should analyze next. For now, I did not analyze most of the currencies. I just opened my Binance app, and so this one I haven't really analyzed, so I don't know if it's going to play out within my support and resistance as I had already analyzed before. So let's just see how this is going to play out. I haven't really analyzed Euro GPY, so and the same to gold. I haven't really analyzed. I don't know, just open this. Haven't really analyzed anything beyond my previous analysis, so I can't really tell. You can see the same thing that is happening to Bitcoin USDT is what is happening to gold. You can see that gold is dropping, has been dropping for quite some time, and we don't know if it's going to drop to these zones over here, or maybe it will drop to maybe these zones 1738 or maybe 1736 before bouncing back. So you can always have a clear view, your own view as a trader, of what might happen in the market. So guys, that is what I have. But for me today, I analyzed Bitcoin USDT, so that is what I have analyzed. For gold, I haven't really analyzed it, but my prediction is just this is what happened once the market reached this level over here. That was 1808. Most people are predicting that it will hit 1812, but it did not. But you can see, like, when that happens and the market decides to sell, is that it was around that zone. So it has been selling ever since that time, and you can see like there is this trend. We haven't really this shows like a strong downward trend, and we haven't really have anything of the sort to show us that the downward trend is coming to an end. So most probably we hope that it might drop to this level over here, which is 17.36, or even better, it might drop to 17.18 or 16, and if worse, it might go back to 16. Remember this zone over here, 16.80. So how you play with the market is up to you. This is not analysis, this is just a prediction of what might happen in the market. This was some of my support and resistance part, but you can see like it already broke out. So this is some of the drawings that I had initially. Like I drew these based on a long term, like from what happened like in 2000s to what was happening to 2022. So you can just have a clear indication of what might happen in the market. So yeah, and guys, there is this liquidity over here, so this zone is a good zone to watch out for. So I'm just going to mark it because I'm just going to have my eyes around this zone over here, this zone over here, for quite some time. So let's see how gold is going to play out. If it breaks out of this zone, then I know that it will be dropping to either this level over here or 1690s once more before moving up. So yeah, that is just my basic prediction of what might happen in the market. Not really, I haven't really sat down and analyzed gold, but right now what I can tell is that it's still selling, and we don't know when it will come to an alt, or maybe it will break out going up. That might happen anytime soon. So yeah, so guys, that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed our live stream, and let me know what you think about our market, what you think might happen in this market. So up until next time, have a great day or great evening.